Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I mentioned a bit earlier that I had a doula that I was speaking to. Now I also mentioned that with my unassisted and doing that, you most usually have a doula, some don't, they just have like family members or just them and their partner. I didn't plan on having a doula. I also couldn't afford a doula, the doula that I wanted, that my mum had, because I just couldn't afford it. They can range from a few hundred to over 1,000 to sometimes over 2,000, so it kind of depends. It was worth it if I could have, definitely. But I decided not to book in a doula, and I just trusted myself in my ability to birth, in being, well, with thinking all these things and what I wanted. I decided that I wanted to have a water birth. So there is mixed reviews on this, but there is a lot more studies proving that it is very safe and it's very beneficial for pain. It also for, sorry TMI, but for loosening up everything down there, to prevent tearing. So it doesn't stop tearings, I teared, but it helps to prevent massive tears or to tear at all, as well. So that's what I chose. I chose water birth, and the doula that I was in contact with, she was my mum's doula. My mum had a water birth, and I couldn't pay to hire the pool, but she was so lovely. She was great, and she actually lent me the pool free of charge, which was so nice of her. There happened to be the right space of time where I was due, and she didn't have any other ladies due around then, so I was able to grab it and use it, which was awesome. So that was a real big help and something that I thank God for a lot. And so I always liked the idea of being in water for birthing. I'm not sure why, something just kind of drew me to it. I knew a lot though, that from what I'd read, that it was very good on pain management, and I just liked the idea of birthing into the water. Also, like, less mess for me, because then there's like not bunch of multiple things to clean up and wash, and made it a lot, like, in my head it seemed to, and others will agree, that it's less mess. So that was one of the reasons why I chose a water birth. But also meant that also with the home birth, I could have Keelan, my husband, in the water with me, which I really wanted, and he could be that support in there as well, because sometimes they're small and they can't fit, but this one was a pretty good size. Also, the reason why I chose a water birth, the last reason I chose, was because in my head, and I know some research that shows that it can be a more peaceful entrance for the baby into the world, because they come from water into water. It's just kind of more gentle. It's not more of a just like, boom, here's the world, breathe. They don't breathe until their face comes to the surface. So you don't have to worry about them drowning or anything. They don't actually take a breath yet. And that, yeah, I just, my whole peaceful, wanting to keep everything natural, that just clicked with me, and I really, really liked that. So a lot of people will ask, what is a doula? So I will actually try and be very specific with this. I plan to do my own doulaing. I haven't been a doula at a birth yet. I really hope that soon I will be able to be like an assistant or a second doula, to kind of just learn, or for someone who's had a few births and who kind of knows what they're doing, to allow me to be there to gain experience. I do plan on doing a course. You don't need to do the course, but it is something that, you know, kind of is recommended, to just kind of have the official paperwork to know that you've gone through that studies. And so that's what I'll be doing, hopefully next year. I did plan to do it this January this year, but I think it didn't happen, so next year's the plan. So the actual definition of a doula is a woman who gives support, help, and advice to another woman during pregnancy and during and after the birth. So from admission through delivery, a doula stayed at her assigned patient site. That's like the really short version of what a doula is. They're a non-medical labour assistant who provides continuous physical and emotional, specifically emotional support to the birthing woman and her partner throughout labour and birth. So a lot of people think that, okay, doula, they help the woman, but many forget that they're actually supposed to be a really good support for the husband and helping the husband know what to do. Because if you have a woman who's birthing and she really, like for me, I really wanted Keelan involved in the labour and helping me get through the labour and the birth. And so what they do is they help me, but they also help my husband or the partner know what to do. They feed you, they feed your partner, any other people that are at the birth helping you. They make sure that they're all being fed. They're an all-round help. They focus on you mostly, but they're an all-round help. They need to make sure that the husband is doing what they need to do to help you, to keep them strong in their role as support. So that's a really, for me, I see that as a really important role of a doula, because a male role model, a male support person for the women is really important if they are wanted to be there. So they may also support the woman to communicate her needs and wishes to the medical team. So this is also a very important role of a doula if it comes up as a necessary thing. So doulas don't just support home births. They don't just support a lot of doulas actually don't do unassisted births. It's kind of a rare thing for only like ones with a lot of experience will do unassisted home births, but they do midwife-led home births and hospital births as well. They don't just stick to one area. Some choose one area, but most will do all. And if you have a doula and you're at the hospital and you have a very set birth plan, then it is sometimes necessary, if you're not able to say these things to the medical profession, then they will sometimes need to speak up for you on your behalf to make sure that they follow your plan, because sometimes they might go to do something and you haven't really given proper consent. The doula that you have has to speak up for you, and so that leads through her. So all these things are what a doula does, and then as it says here that I'm reading to you to help me speak it, the key role is the creation of a birth environment which meets the woman's needs for safety, warmth, and protection of disturbance. That is the above all of the ones that I mentioned that are really important. That is the most important thing that a doula is there for, is to make sure that she feels safe, she feels protected, she feels warm or cold, whichever one she wants, that she feels completely in her own safe environment, whether that be in hospital or at home, but that she doesn't feel the need to think of things that need to be done to make her feel better. The doula should know these things. She should have them all in place already. So evidence actually shows that having continuous support during labour from someone, whether that person is a midwife, partner, friend or doula, has many benefits for the mother and baby. However, with several birth outcomes, doulas have a stronger effect than other types of support persons. So that was a evidence shown from a study in 2012. So the doula offers the one-to-one continuous care that the hospital staff team may be unable to provide, and provides the birthing woman and her partner with 3 key things. So I don't know if I mentioned these before. So physical and emotional support during pregnancy, labour and birth, so both partner and the woman. Facilitates of effective communication with the midwife or doctor during labour and birth, as I said there, the spokesperson. And the creation of a peaceful and respectful space within which the woman can respond instinctively to the needs of her body and birth her baby with dignity and satisfaction. I will make sure I link this website down below in the description if you want to check it out. But it's a pretty good description, pretty much more of what I've already said. It goes through each step and what they do. So a few things, it has a list of what services the doulas provide. So one of the things that you do as a doula is you meet before the birth to discuss your birth preferences, or provide support to develop a birth plan. So they help you with that. They can help you with that. They also help you to access books, videos, and other resources on birth, breastfeeding, and early parenting. So you have some doulas provide care during pregnancy and the birth, and usually a few days postpartum. Some doulas only do postpartum. So you actually have ones that don't do the birth, they just care for you in postpartum after the birth. So they've had, like, you get specific training for that. They are on call 24 hours a day from the beginning of the 38th week until you go into labour. So similar to a midwife. I think they're a bit earlier though. And they also remain continuously with you until labour has begun and until your baby is born. They use, as I said before, a doula is a non-medical person. So they don't use any medical techniques. They use non-medical techniques to help for labour and birth, including massages, breath work, heat and cold therapy, hydrotherapy, a lot of positioning, visualization, and enhancing their privacy. And as I said before, facilitating the communication between you and your care providers. Not all, but some will document the journey of your labour and your birth in a little log. Some will take pictures for you and have it kind of like a little package after, like for a postpartum gift. So I will also mention what doulas do not provide, so that there's one side that they do and then they don't. So what they don't provide is that they're, as I said, they're not medical professionals. So they do not perform clinical tasks such as vaginal exams or fetal heart monitoring. They don't do any of that. They do not give medical advice or diagnose conditions. They do not replace the role of your husband or partner. As I said before, they are to support them in their role, not to replace their role, and they do not deliver the baby. So actually we can get into a lot of trouble if we do any of these things, so we have to make sure that the woman knows kind of what their role is. So that's what a doula is. So you can go to, I'll link their website, you can have a look at it yourself if you're interested. That's what a doula is. And this is kind of what I want to get into, as I said, next year I'm hoping to do that course. But yeah, so that's all I have to say, I think. I hope it was very informative for you. I hope you got a lot out of it. If you have any questions, definitely link them below. And click subscribe if you haven't. And make sure you click like on this video as well if you liked it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next week.